You know your stuff. So why do you freeze mid-assignment? Because there is a moment in every interpreter knows this. You are flowing, you're in it, the assignment is going well, and then something small happens. The look, they look at you like in a certain way. The client shifts their seats. You somehow misheard something tiny, something that shouldn't even matter. And then suddenly you're not there anymore. You've checked out. And if you've ever experienced that moment and wondered what on earth is actually happening, what's going on, stay with me. Because this episode is going to name something that you probably never heard it named like this before. Okay. And let me paint a picture for you properly. You're prepared. You know your subject. You've done the work. You've trained. You walk in feeling ready, like you've got the job, right? And at least you're ready enough to do the job. And for a while, everything's going, is working. You're doing your thing. You're flowing. Your hands are moving. If you're in a sign language interpreter, your voice is steady. Your mind is clear, right? You're doing exactly what you've been trained to do. And then one small thing, maybe a deaf client tilted their head slightly, and that tiny gesture could mean anything. But your brain reads it at, oh, they didn't understand me. They didn't get me. Or maybe it's a case where another interpreter makes a small correction to what you've done. Or someone in the room glances at you just in a fraction too long, they're glancing at you. And in that split second, everything you knew moments ago suddenly feels far away. Your hands start slowing down, your voice tightens, your thoughts now starts to be scattered. And now your mind has split into one half is still trying to interpret, and the other half is starting to run a commentary in your head. Did they understand that? Was did I use the right word or the right sign? They look confused, didn't they? Like, was that me? Did they get it wrong? What? Oh, okay. And you're trying to put everything to come on. Why is this happening in real time while you're still trying to be present, right? And now you're not just interpreting anymore, you are managing a full internal crisis and trying to look like absolutely nothing is happening. Does that sound familiar? Like, have you been in that kind of situation? Because I really want to talk about what that actual feeling what's happening on the inside of the body, because you don't. It's not something that we talk about enough in our industry. Because there's this tightness that comes like in the chest, in the throat, in your hands, in your voice. Your breathing starts changing. You start. You don't even notice it straight away most times. Your focus narrows, and the cruel part about all this is the more you try to put it back of your mind or trying to like dismiss it, the more you're telling yourself, come on now, I know this stuff, come on. The more it gets worse. You're just trying to like focus, like all that just makes things get worse. Because now you're not only interpreting, you're interpreting and fighting yourself all at the same time. And when you finally get to the end of the assignment, right? You don't feel relief. You feel exhausted. And that's where the replaying starts happening. You start going through it. Okay, on the ride home, on the bus, or like whatever way you've gone, even before you fall asleep, you're there thinking about, oh gosh, that bad one. Oh yeah. In the middle of the night, you're thinking about it. You're not just thinking about it. Oh, I need to do more practice now. Oh, okay, I just need to practice more. Oh, you're thinking, oh, why do I keep doing this? Or maybe I need more materials before I do this thing. Why am I freezing? Those questions, why did I freeze when I knew what I'm doing, is the most important question you can ask, because the answer changes everything when you really look at it. when you're in that moment. Because here is what's actually happening. Let me give you the tea. Your nervous system fires a threat response in those moments. And it does that not because you've made a mistake, and it's not because you're not good enough, and it's not because you need more hours of practice. No, but because in that moment, when that person looks at you funny, or the correction came, or something inside of you ready as a danger, especially the danger of being found out. Now, your nervous system, whose entire job is to keep you safe, has to respond accordingly. It just has to respond. And it calls that threat, like it activates a response. And it doesn't care if you're qualified, if you know your stuff. It doesn't check what qualifications you've had before, what level you are. It just responds to the identity you're displaying, to the story that you have carried about who you are, and whether you truly belong in that room. That's its default setting. That's what it leans to. So when that small thing happens, that moment, that look, that question, your nervous system didn't read it as a minor moment. No, it read it as evidence. You see, that's the story we've been running quietly in the background. You see? Or maybe I'm not that good enough. Like, it's like justifying it. And those moments, those story gets triggered. Your system now goes into protective mode because you're now in that. And what happens? You freeze. Your focus splits. And that inner chatter starts going on mid-flow. You're there just talking to oneself instead of being present. So it's never about your skill. And this is what I really want you to hear. It's all about the safety. And I want you to really hear that because interpreters who look completely capable from the outside and feel like they're falling apart on the inside, that is not a performance problem. No, it is an identity and nervous system problem. And those are two very different things to fix. Two different things. So think about it like this. If the freeze was really about your skill, more practice will fix that right by now, right? But it hasn't, has it? Has it? Because you've done more assignments since then. You've collected more continuous personal development since then. You have prepared more thoroughly since then. And yet, this freezing still coming. So it's not a skills problem. Maybe less often, maybe less intense, but it still comes. It's still there. Because you can't practice your way out of a threat response. You can't qualify your way into feeling safe. No. The proof that this was never about ability is the question you keep asking yourself afterwards. I knew what I was doing, so why am I freezing? I know this stuff. Why do I feel like this when someone says that? Exactly. You know, but you still froze. So it's not a skills, it's not the skills gap. It is an identity gap. And the gap has a very specific way of closing. And it's not another qualification. That's not it. That's not what's going to fill the gap. It's not it. So, what do you actually do in those moments when you get activated, when that thing hits, when you feel in those moments? So, I'm going to give you one thing that you can, not a list, not a framework right now. The one thing you can start doing, because when your nervous system is activated mid-sentence, mid-assignment, you don't have the capacity to go through a 5-step process to, okay, let me do this and do this and do that. You just need something simple, embodied, and immediate. Here it is. You notice it, you name it, and you return. That's it. The moment you feel that split happening, okay, that freeze, the moment that internal commentary starts, don't fight it. Don't try to push it away. You notice it. Okay, there it is. Okay, I see you. That's it, just that. A simple internal acknowledgement. I see what you're trying to do. I see you there. My system is just fired. Like you can say something like that to yourself. Okay, okay, all right. Name it. Okay, it doesn't have to be out loud. Internally, name it. There is this activation, and it's not reality. It's just my nervous system doing its job. Okay, I get it. You're doing your thing. And then return. One breath. How do you do that? Okay, got it. Thank you. Notice. One breath. Eye forward, like just whatever pattern interrupt you can do. Move, like look away, whatever that is, steady voice, back to work. That's it. Return. Get back into it. You notice it. Okay, I see you coming. I know. Name it. Okay, you're trying to keep me safe. You're trying to protect me. Nervous system. We got it. I'm move, shake, whatever. Get back into it. Whatever it is. Nobody even know what's going on. You're back in flow. The noticing and naming takes that threat response out of the driver's seat. It doesn't mean it packs it away. We get to do that another work, but in that moment, it's something you can do so that it's no longer at its mercy. You're no longer like hanging out, oh, and then you're like panicking and out the room. You're back into the room. You're back into your body and you're back into the assignment. Right? It sounds simple, and it is, yes. But simple is actually what you need in that moment for your system to activate in that mid flow. And what you can do, you can practice this on the outside before the assignment, right? In moments where you feel activated in your daily life. You notice something, you name it and return. Like get that reps in. So that when you're now, it fires mid assignment. Now, when you're into the flow, your nervous system is already knows its pattern. Okay, yeah, we're clocking. So it becomes an automatic response instead of a spiral of like, oh, okay, we're lost here. We don't know what we're doing. No, it's like we're locked in the flow, right? Because the freeze is not evidence that you're not good enough. And that's what I really want us to understand. When those things happen, does not it's got nothing to do with your skill, right? Nothing. It's just evidence that your nervous system is doing exactly what it's designed to do. Protect you from a perceived threat. Right? The work is not to eliminate the response. The work is to change what the system reads as threat. That's what we're doing in that real time. And that is to get rid, it's an identity conversation, which is exactly what this series is about. Okay. This is episode 2 of the 10 days or 10-part series. And then now moving forward in episode 3, we're even going deeper into something I get asked constantly. So why does that one look make me lose my confidence completely when someone gives you that one look? Okay, why then? Because there is something very specific happening in that moment. And once you understand it, you will never respond to it in the same way again. And we get to dive in that in tomorrow, actually. And so the link, yeah, I'll link it up, and so you can get to watch that later. So yeah, and if this series is landing for you and you're watching and thinking, yes, this is exactly what I need, I want you to know that I am building a coaching program specifically for interpreters in who are still in training, newly qualified and a few years in, designed to close that identity gap. Now you get to like just not let it be in a driver's seat, but how do we just fill it up, right? The waiting list is now open. The link will be in the description, and I'll see you in episode 3. Remember, I am Nene. We do this every single day. Remember that your voice matters and it's your time to use it. Bye for now.